Exactly. You don't decide what to do or what not to do based on what will happen on the effect. That's a good clarification, Jigar Bhai. That what am I going to do? Like it's eventually through our sadhana we want to get to a place where we understand that this must be done. I'm here to do that. This must be done, because he says in the 11th chapter, leave the rest to me. Nimitta matra bhava sabvisachin. Fight, you're here. This is the right thing to do as a dharma, as dharma of a kshatriya, dharma of someone who is supposed to uphold integrity. Society today has become disintegrous, has become immoral, and if you don't stop this when we are supposed to, you're the prince, and we're the warrior class, we're supposed to, and we're able to. Right? If we don't do this, then it's just going to tank from here. It's just going to keep going down. And we've been brought here on the battlefield, and it's all set. It doesn't behoove to run away from this, because, well, then they will die. Maybe I'll lose, or that somebody will criticize me. What will they say? That's not the filter, the lens you use to decide whether you should or not. Consequences will be what they will be, because everything will have consequences. You're running away from this because I don't want to kill and they'll die, will also have consequences. You follow? And you don't know that those consequences may not be actually more horrible than these consequences. So don't you try to be very smart and decide which consequences are more palatable, which ones are, because why? Because then you've now personalized it. That's what you think that this will be like, and that's because for my well-being, for my family, for my clan, for my grandfather, for my guru. Now you made this your personal battle. This has become all about you. It's not. No, you're just any other warrior in here. You happen to be capable, you happen to have a certain designation. Do it for the systemic integrity, not a personal integrity or disintegrity. The natural role, when you're acting in your natural role, you can see a clear line of sight that this is helping the system. It's not limited to helping my household. It does help your household too. This battle was good for the Pandavas in the end, right? But it was also good for the entire regime. So not using a very narrow lens to see what's in it for me only, and using the broad lens of what's the right for it all, the broadest possible aperture in your lens, and then in it, therefore, what's my role? What is it that I can do?
Would you say that? I know we
intentionality, yes, can help a lot.
Help you give the direction.
Can polish up dust off, or indiscretion can open up more discretion.
Can give you.
You examine within. Then it makes you investigative. And you want to make sure that I'm being integrous, I'm being right. In fact, that Arjun did not do that, right? Like his whole intention was just like, will they live or die? Aren't they mine? What will they say? And all of that. But if you would have raised that intention to the highest level, highest possible. So intention is good and in the right direction, but just also don't stop there. Make sure that the bar of the intention is raised at the systemic level, of which we are a part. We are it, in fact, right? And not just of this make-believe concocted frightened, like it's a small narrow family unit, that me and mine. In fact, throw me and mine. If you want to really rise to that high level, rip it and throw away and never accept me and mine. Never ever use the filters of me and mine to understand the systemic play. The moment we insert me and my, mine, you and yours, watch for these 4 words. Make it very tangible, very palpable for you. If this has become because someone else did it for me, so I owe it. Just these 4 words. यहाँ पर भी आता है मैं, तू, ये और वो. Like me, them, like I, them, mine, and theirs. Like literally, as literal as it can get. Wherever those 4 thoughts or words come, like investigate a little bit, slow down. At least slow down and pause and think, and even that's where the intentionality comes in. Like, is my intention about me and mine, or they and theirs? What I'm about to do, is it just for me and mine? What I'm trying to avoid doing is just because they and theirs, or however. Then, while it may seem like in the right direction, maybe it is, it's not like the full systemic integrity. then say, okay, what if there's no me and mine, they and theirs? Is this still the right thing to do? Regardless of me and mine, they and theirs. And if the answer is yes, it's still the right thing to do, then that's your sahaj karma. So the trouble here was Arjun was stuck in me and mine, they and theirs. The whole time the dialogue in the first chapter is about that, right? He calls out names and this and that and asks questions. And Krishna is saying that, throw that out. Now see, is this the right thing to do? Yeah, then there is no me and mine there. Because if the good is for the larger, then aren't you a part of the larger? Then if it is good, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? Yes, so if it is good for them, it's also good for you. It's good for the system because you're part of the system. You're not separate from it. So does that make sense, Purviben? Like using the twofold filters, first of all. So, and regardless, remember today's, even if you remember these, to try to minimize the use of these words in deciding, in decision making, me, mine, and this and that. Ye jo hai na? Like this is mine, that's that, whatever. Then it'll continue to elevate you to the systemic view. The perspective will broaden more and more. Okay.